Hello. Everybody's probably like, why is she going live on YouTube tonight? Well, there's a couple reasons why I'm going on live on YouTube tonight. First off, if you do not subscribe, make sure that you hit subscribe. But what had happened is that Facebook has started deleting all our live videos. Hey, Darla. Oh, Darla's here. Good. Okay, there's somebody here. So Facebook has started deleting like all the live videos. So I've been getting all these notifications that all the live videos are being deleted, which is terrible. But what happens is that here, they keep all of my videos. So I have, I think, 111 answering reader questions with Tonya so far. So there's like playlists here. And so I just like, oh, well, if they're going to keep deleting all the live videos, there's no sense in going live on Facebook anymore. So of course I'm still active over there, but most of my lives are going to be here, or actually all my lives will be here unless you're in Patreon. So if you are not a subscriber here, please subscribe. I would love that. I offer a lot of things here on our YouTube channel. There's posts that you can now comment on posts, so you can see the posts section. I don't know if they call them posts. They call them posts. Let me look on you. Let me see on YouTube here. They call them different things, different places. Yeah, they do call them posts. And so, like you can, if you go there now, like if you're at the top of my page, it says home, videos, shorts, live, podcast, playlist, and posts. That's where the posts are. So the last one I did was Steam Secrets, because if you were to look at the playlist, hey, Rowena, somebody just joined us. Come here, Ro. Then you're going to see that I have all books for the 3 series, the Holiday Cozy Mystery series, and also the Killer Coffee series, as well as the Magical Cure series, audiobooks up for free here. But again, if you are here and you're thinking, why in the world is she doing this on YouTube? It is because that is not the reader question either. It is because Facebook, I should put that on there. Facebook is now deleting all lives. So I decided to go live on here instead. Though I'm still doing all the same things on Facebook over there. I still love Facebook, but also I love here. And if you are not subscribed, I would just love it if you just subscribe to this. So this is where we will be coming live to. Our Darla is here. Say hello in the chat if you're here. Let me know where you're from. Hey, Donna, how are you? And Donna is here. Anyways, I am so excited. I've been getting a lot of questions about the books on the Ghostly Southern Mystery series. So this was the first book in the Ghostly Southern Mystery series, and it was published back in 2013. So this was the first cover, and I actually called it the Beyond the Grave series. That's what I had initially called it, was Beyond the Grave. So this was the first book that I self-published. And about that time, that's when HarperCollins took the deal and wanted to have the contract for the next books and take this one. So we had to take this cover down, and then I had to work with them on the next book. And I had done a 3-book deal with them. So this is what the cover then turned to, was this one. So it went from this one to this one. I knew that I wanted the gravestone to be a major part of it because, it is a ghost series, and she is an undertaker. So if you don't know anything about the series and you're new to the series, Emily is an undertaker, of course, in Sleepy Hollow, Kentucky. And it's the cutest, like, small town again. And like everything Tonya, everything Southern. And this is actually the first Southern series I wrote. So this is kind of what set the stage Southern. and did really well. And I'm like, oh, that's my thing. I'm Southern. It fits in the Southern. That's what it is. So what happened is that Emily is an undertaker, and she gets hit on the head with a plastic Santa blow mold. You know those big blow molds? Well, there was one on top of Artie's Meats and Deli, which is right down from the funeral home, called Eternal Slumber. And she's going to get her a deli sandwich. It's after Christmas. The snow is melting, and it falls and hits her on the head. So what happens is that she wakes up and she thinks that she has died. She thinks that she's died. She thinks that she has, gone to the great beyond, because when she wakes up, on one side of her is some people that she put 6 feet under. The first one is Ruthie Sue Payne. This is my original cover. This is HarperCollins cover. We're going to show you another cover in a second because we are on our third cover. But anyways, and this is what we're going to talk about today. So she's hit on the head. She wakes up. She sees people that she buried. So she's like, oh my God, I'm dead. I've gone to the big guy in the sky. I've made it to wherever. And she's looking at him. And then she looks over at her sister, Charlotte Ray, and her granny, Zula Faye Payne. And they're like, oh, she's waking up. And then she looks over at the ghosts the people that she put 6 feet under. And they're like, I was murdered. And she's like, what? And she's like, oh my gosh. And she's like, you were murdered. And she's telling her sister that, Ruthie Sue is standing right there. Chicken Tudor is standing right there. Chicken Teeter is standing right there. And so they're like, oh my gosh, she has the funeral trauma. And so the funeral trauma is where she's been around dead people too long. And so clearly she realizes that she is among the living. And so that's what starts it off, is that they are characters that have been put 6 feet under. So I've been getting a lot of questions. So I thought I'll just start answering these questions tonight on our reader question about what that's about. And so they're very, very Southern. So this past week, I was gone on a trip with my mama and my sister to Disney World. And I have the books on audio. So I binge listened to the books. So much so that I totally had forgotten. I've been written them so long that I totally forgot what happened in the very last book that I wrote. And we'll get to that in a second. But anyways, and I forgot how much fun and I was laughing out loud. And I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that I wrote these passages. And I was laughing so hard. I would be sitting by the pool with my mom and I would start laughing. She's like, oh my gosh, what are you laughing? I'm like, you just have to hear this. So I'd give her one of my earbuds and I would let her listen to it. And we would laugh. Because again, they are so funny and Southern. And, like in one of the passages on Zula Faye at her funeral, she's sitting up there and on her casket, swinging her leg, watching all the people come by. And of course, she's telling Emily, oh my gosh, why'd she come here? I didn't like her living, much less now that I'm dead. And so people always, it was so funny to us because when I was a kid, I was at a funeral at home and a loved one had passed, and I was sitting there with my cousins, and he said the same thing as Mama didn't like her when she was living, much less when she was dead. Why is she here? And, Mama would be rolling over. If she could jump up out of that casket right now, she'd smack her on the head, and so those are funny things that, what happens in the South. And so some of those go into the South. Ruthie, again, this was the first book before it was taken by HarperCollins, but now we're going to get into more of the books and why the series is changed. But anyways, Ruthie is after a real life Ruthie that I used to in the late 90s before I was married and had children, lived in a house up here in Northern Kentucky. And she was my little neighbor that lived across the street. She was in her 80s. She loved a cocktail. She would come over with her little cocktail. I could hear the piece of ice in her bourbon neat. She'd drink her bourbon neat. And she would walk over to the street. And I could hear her coming because her ice was clinking in her bourbon. And we would watch Murder, She Wrote every Sunday night when it came on at 8 o'clock. Not the reruns, but the actual show every Sunday night. But anyways, and so this was a little tribute to Ruthie. So again, this was the first book in the series that I had self-published back in 2013. 2014, HarperCollins asked me if they could purchase the series and I'd write for them. And I said, yes, but I want to change the title to The Ghostly Southern Mysteries, which is what they did for me. And they became mass market paperbacks. So the second book was from, let's see, Ghostly Grave was the second book. And that's Colonel Chicken Teeter. Chicken Teeter has a prize hen. So every single book has something on the front that has to do with the person. So I wanted to keep that consistent. So that's that one. The third book was A Ghostly Demise. This is Cephas Hardy. He had money problems. Then we had Ghostly Mortality, which was a hearse. It's at Charlotte Ray. Then we had, this is Ghostly Murder with Mamie Sue Preston, which is really my grandmother's real name is Mamie. And that's when I worked for Mamie Bell. It was that. And she has a bell up there. And then we have Jade Lee Peel with a crown because she was a beauty queen. And then we have a ghostly, did we already do Demise? We did a ghostly demise. Then I had a ghostly secret and a ghostly, I can't remember. Hold on, I'll tell you what they are. I had a ghostly secret and a ghostly suspect. Now, after the seven books, I did not take another deal with HarperCollins. And this is why this is answering the reader question, which was, how did you change? Tell me about what's going on with the Ghostly Southern Mystery Series. And so anyways, and if you're just joining us, the reason why I'm live here is because Facebook has started deleting all their lives. And so I'm like, well, I'm just not going to have to double post. So we're just going to go live on YouTube on Tuesdays. So anyways, what happened with, so I ended up writing a ghostly suspect and a ghostly secret on my own after I didn't take any more contracts with HarperCollins. I loved HarperCollins. There was nothing wrong. Really, really loved them. Loved working for them. It was just at this point in my career, I was doing more for myself than a traditional publisher. And now traditional publishers might do a lot of things. I don't know. I have not been with a traditional publisher in a long time. And as you know, or if you don't know, Eddie retired early to come work for our publishing company because we do have over 180 something titles published, and now he works for me. And there's a lot of questions also that's always asked all weekend long, like in our emails all the time. So if you got my email this week, you know that Eddie did the email. So I have a lot of readers sitting in, giving Eddie thousands of replies, asking him that they would love to hear more from him, which in my Patreon group, if you're interested, you can check that out. But my Patreon group, they have Ask Eddie Anything. And I did post a Ask Anything episode 1 of Ask Eddie Anything in the playlist here of Tonya's Answering a Reader Question, because Eddie answers a reader question. So anyways, Eddie and I are now, I was saying there's nothing that I can't do for myself right now that they couldn't do for me, or they couldn't do for me. So when it came to the 6th book, I decided not to take any more contracts. It was 6, not. And then I wrote book 7 and book 8. And then I was like, I love this series, but, I'm not making much on it because people are finding book 7 and 8, and HarperCollins was getting all the money for the previous book. So I quit writing in the series, totally had forgotten what happened in book 8. Because I was totally plotting a book 9. But anyways, and so just recently I got my rights back, which I'm just shocked that I got my rights back. So a couple of things. So in January, I had gotten a email from my old agent, and who I don't have anymore. And she had brokered the audiobook rights for the book 7 and 8 with Tantor Media. And HarperCollins had asked years prior to this if they could do a contract with, if I would allow them to do a contract 1 through 6 with Tantor Media. And I agreed. And so it's only natural that I also got books 7 and 8. It's the only thing to do. And so back in January, I got an email from Tantor that said I was getting my rights back to my audiobooks 7 and 8. And I'm thinking, why am I getting my rights back to 7 and 8? So I immediately send Jill a message, and she said, well, it's just not right. We're not, I'm not representing you anymore. And I just felt like, you should probably, get your rights back. And I mean, that was a pretty decent thing to do. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty decent thing to do. And I was really excited that she did that. So then it got me to thinking about my books and the other audiobooks. And so I thought, well, I wonder if I could get my rights back to these books. And it's really hard to get your rights back from a traditional publisher because they usually have them in perpetuity, and which they did. But I did find a loophole in my clause of my contract, and I sent them a reversion rights letter. And to my surprise, they did give me my rights back. So they not only did they give me my rights back to the books, they also gave me my rights back to my audiobooks. So I was like, oh, this is great. But since the deal was done kind of separately with Tantor, then all they had to do is give me the reversion rights to my audiobooks, and we kept the same narrator who we love. It's Tiffany Morgan, who does all the camper books. And so went right straight into it. So instead, I was going to do that thing like where you can put a new book out and then write a bonus scene and all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get the books up. I'm going to see what people think and, all that good fun stuff. So what happened, and I'm just so excited because I just got home, like I said, from my trip with my mama and my sister, and I got my books in the mail because I ordered all of them off Amazon. And so we got new covers. So here is the next ghostly book. So we've got book 1, Ghostly Undertaking of 2013. And we've got Ghostly Undertaking 2014, which is a mass market paperback. And then now we have the new cover, which are gorgeous, which are the Ghostly Undertaking. And they are beautiful. So they all kind of have the same elements, all different cover artists. So this one, I love the sparkles, and I thought they were adorable. And I thought her Chuck Taylors were super cute. I wear Chuck Taylors, so I thought those were super cute. So, and then these kind of changed. This is an illustrator, but they all have the little sparkly around the tombstone. I wanted to make sure that I kept all the tombstones the same, something special on each one. And so we went with the sparklies on this one as well. And then every book has a matching t-shirt to match with her Chuck Taylor shoes. So I thought those were so darn cute. And then like the back cover of this was just, a basic back cover. This one was just a basic blue, but this one has a complete wrap. So it has book 1, and then the wrap continues over with the sparklies and glitter. And I just thought that was so pretty. Also, on the inside, we put in, like the little rest in peace tombstones and things like that. So that is book 1. Book 2 was this, and then we went to this. Again, the different color on the shoes matches the shirt, same girl. And again, the same. This was just pink. Then we have Ghostly Demise, which this one, she was front facing with her little dress on. This one, green, more sparkles. And like Cephas says, the buck stops here. So like their epitaph, they all said something that had to do with the murder. And again, it was the sparklies on the back. And like the one for Chicken Teeter, it says, the chicken has left the coop. And then, of course, Ruthie Sue Payne says, I told you I was sick. Or wait, maybe not. Maybe hers says something different. Hers, I don't know. I don't have my glasses on. But anyways, and then we have book 4 is A Ghostly Murder with the Bell. And that is Mamie Sue Preston. Oh, she's the one that said, I told you I was sick. Which is so funny because that's personal. That's a personal thing for me. And then that book looked like some. I don't have some of these, and so my son has been looking for them for me. He loves to go to Half Price Books, so those are kind of what that looks like. And then she has the blue with the blue kind of Chuck Taylors on there, and then we have A Ghostly Reunion, which is this one with Jade Lee Peel, and she's a beauty queen, and I can't read her thing. It says something. Oh, it says gone to the great pageant in the sky because she was a beauty queen. So that's what the epitaph says on it. This one was a little darker looking, as you can tell. And this one we got from this one actually we got from the library because we could not find it. It was out of print. That was one of the clauses that got me my rights back because it was out of print. And so, and then the little sparklies. So then we have A Ghostly Mortality, which is Charlotte Ray Raines, and it says it's her epitaph. It's my turn. And she's wearing the blue chucks with the blue or the teal shirt. And I think it's just a brightened up. I think it's much cuter, more on brand for this redo. The same. And then the last 2 books are Ghostly Secret that I wrote outside of HarperCollins, so we don't have that. It's Betsy Lynn Brady. She said checking out. And so this was her book, and she has on like pink and pink chucks. And then Ghostly Suspect is Debbie Dooley, who plays a big part in the thing. And she is got on yellow, and it kind of matches that. So that is why I have rebranded the covers, which I'm getting a lot of questions on what's happening, what's not happening. So I'm happy to say that there is now a book 9 that's coming out. And I've already started plotting. It won't be out till next year. And it's called A Ghostly Alibi. I don't know. Let's see if I can find that book, and I will pop it up here if you want to wait just a second. Alibi, let's see. Gallery. I don't know if I have it. It's the old one. I know I could. Oh, so yeah, I could show that, but it's not very good. Undertaking. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Hold on. So let me save this. I love this. It's so pretty. Okay, so I will go ahead and share screen. I think I can share. Let's see, share my screen. Oh, I can't share that. Window or okay, here we'll share this one. Here we go. So this is, can you guys see that? No, hold on. Okay, I can't. Let's see, stop sharing because I don't know. Let's see, share screen. Share entire screen, maybe. Window. I don't want to do a Chrome tab. Oh, I didn't bring it up. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Oh, Tonya. Oh, there it is. Okay. So share. Can you guys see that? Can y'all see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. You know what? We will Not worry. Well, I will do something different. I don't know. I'll take a screenshot and then we'll, and y'all are probably like commenting. I don't have the, see what's going on. We'll add it to the thing. Okay. So we're going to do that and we're going to, is it still sharing? Okay, no. Okay, let me add it to the assets. Let's see. Upload a file, desktop. Boop. Nope. That one's it. No screenshot. There it is. So this is going to be the new one. I think I could pop it on screen. It's called A Ghostly Alibi. Is it not going on screen? Oh, there it is. So that is the new one. Isn't that adorable? And so her name is Desi Jo Cotter. And so she is going to be the new victim that is going to come out. I just have to write it, you guys. There's so much. Like I have so much going on with writing. It's not even funny. So with that said, that is, here are all the books together. And so that is book, like over here is book 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9. And I think currently, I don't know if one of them's on sale now or not, but the best thing about these is that now, because they were just letting them die, like the publisher, they were no longer producing the books and they're just letting them die. And that's what I said, I can revitalize these. I like to put my books on sale. I like to put my audiobooks on sale. I like to put my print books on sale. And so I want to write more in the series. And so, they were just letting them die. And I just was so heartbroken because I loved that series so much. So people were asking all these questions because they were confused. Like, why does it have, a new cover and what's going on? And so that was a question I've been getting every week, at least 15 to 20 emails a week about. But I will show you something. I don't know if you notice this. Do you see what is there? The difference. There is a yellow, it looks yellow, but it's not. It's cream paper copy. So again, if you are curious to what Eddie does with the company, one of the things that he does is quality control. And so when I was by myself doing all the things, I just would put books up just to get them in readers' hands as quickly as I could to help readers escape. And so Eddie's like, wait, these aren't matching. There are no numbers on the spines. So of course, Eddie is really good at all that awesome stuff. And I don't even have these in order. But the problem is that when you upload a book, you cannot go in and fix the color of the paper. So years ago, it was one of the last books that HarperCollins did not publish. It was number 7, book number 7 and book number 8, the two that I did after my contract with HarperCollins. And I, for some reason, picked cream colored paper. And I don't know why I did that, but probably because, these were cream color and that's generally what publishers do. They probably do cream color. Well, I like the white paper much better. And so I had picked cream for that one. And then for some other reason, I picked white for the next book, book 8. And so we cannot change the paper color without taking the book completely down. And we're just not going to do that. Because you lose a lot of algorithms, you lose all your ISBN number, huh? We are going to do it.
You don't lose it unless you take the ebook.
Now he's saying we're going to do it. He's found a workaround, I guess. I don't know. He's over there chirping in from the couch. But anyways, so now we're gonna do it. But it was Tonya's fault, so that is why it is cream. So, and that is one of the things that Eddie does so great. So I'm so glad that y'all were here. And I have people here I see in the comments. Darla, we said hello to you. And Donna. Donna says, I am very new to this. Oh, good, Donna. I'm so excited. It is, oh my gosh, one of my faves. And so we're so excited. I do have a shopping agreement with it already with producers that are trying to get it to film and television. That doesn't mean it's going to be, but they do have it, and they are sending it off to television and film companies. Hey Bethany, how are you? Oh, y'all all found me. Angie and Kristen and Jean. Hello, and Kristen Carter and Lauren. Lauren says, you will love it, Donna. You will love it. I am so excited. I love the series. I can't wait. I do too, Lauren. So I can tell you my for alibis, I was like, oh, because in my head, I thought that Jack Henry and Emma Lee were still broken up, but they aren't. And so, I thought they were still broken up. I mean, that's how long the series, I mean, in my head has been done. So I'm like, oh, they're broken up. So I was like, wouldn't it be funny if it's his family member had died and came back as a ghost and refuses to help Emily unless she goes on a date with Jack Henry? And so each time, then she's like, okay, well, now you got a kissing tonight, and I'll give you another piece of information. And so she's like, I don't care if my murder never gets solved. I want you to get back with Jack Henry. So I thought it was going to be a funny play like that. But then when I listened to it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot they're back together and engaged. And that was the cliffhanger that I was like, okay, so now my mind has gone into a different direction, which I think will be fun. So, and anyways, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why Facebook has decided to delete live videos. I have a feeling it has to do something with maybe storage and growing and things like that. And that's fine too. But that's why we are going to move our lives here on YouTube, and we have our playlists here as well. We have the free audiobooks, even though most of y'all are already in Patreon, you get the audiobooks already. We are also, the playlists are here, which is easy to go back to. I have over 111 answering reader questions it's been over 10 years now that I've been answering reader questions. I went back today and looked at one from 2015, and I was cracking up. Hold on, I'll see if I can share my screen, and then we'll go look at one. Because I'll pull up YouTube. So here is YouTube. So I'm sharing the YouTube screen. So let's go into my channel. And I was cracking up. I'm going to go into playlists, and I'm going to go into answering. See, I have some also that are private because they're only for Patreon. Let's see. Answering a reader question. There's Jack's. He had was graduating. I can play it. We are Jack Keller's parents, Tonya and Chris.
Jack, we couldn't be more proud of the young man you've become. 1 minute, we're packing your juice box and your animal crackers, and 2 weeks later, you're a senior with the Bearcat Basketball Organization. We're so excited to see that you've accomplished and are growing in your dream of being a sports leader, and we look forward to your continued success.
Congratulations.
We love you, son.
Ollie is my number one choice.
That's so silly. But that's not what I wanted to show you, but that's a fun one that we had done. We are, and you probably have never seen him before, but that's okay. But here we are. We'll do that. So I'll find it. I gotta find it where I answer a reader question. Tonya answers a reader 100, and I need to. Let's see. There's 100 of them. Here's one that I was like, oh my stars. So here was a ghostly undertaking. So look, I don't know if y'all
Good
can
morning.
hear this.
I thought that this morning I would do something different, and instead of giving you a picture of a coffee, I thought that I would share my morning coffee with you guys. So cheers. Happy Tuesday, February 24th. Anyways, not only that, but I wanted to share this important morning with you because, yes, I have been up all night because it is finally release day for this awesome little book. And I can't thank you guys enough for being with me on this journey, especially over the past couple of years with this novel and it finding a home. As my first traditionally published novel, the smell of the book just lights me on fire. Anyways, I can't thank you guys enough and everything that you have done for me. And people say to me, "Oh, but you self-published, over 20-something books. Why is this book such a big deal?" Well, as you know, and the people that have heard me speak, they know that my readers are why I do this. It's the most important thing to me. And this book is going to be in stores all across the United States for readers to pick up, to brighten your day, to make you smile, to make you laugh. It doesn't matter if you had a terrible day or a great day, or no matter what's going in your life. I'm honored that you pick up one of my books just to help you finish off your day. There's nothing greater than having a reader message me or email me or tweet me and tell me, "Oh my gosh, I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. I couldn't put it down. You made a great ending to my day." So I hope today that you go out and you find the book, you buy the book, and if you do go out and you do see the book and you already have the book, but take a picture. It's going to be on bookshelves everywhere, and I can't wait to see Emily in the world. Thanks, you guys, and here's to our morning. Happy Tuesday. I cannot do this without you guys. You always start my morning off right.
So I don't know if y'all could hear that, but that is definitely hilarious. Like, you can go back and you can see all the fun things from years. My old house.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
To,
He is in love with the mashed potatoes and gravy, so that's about the only thing he can eat right now. But this is my nephew Max, and if I put Max on the ground, he would sit and whine the entire time.
So anyways, it was kind of fun going back and watching all of those. But let's see who else is here. Let's see. So yes, Donna, I think you'll love it. I love it so much, and I cannot write. I love that series. Thank you, beautiful Lauren. Thank you, beautiful Angie. Jane is having trouble getting on. Oh, I hate that. I don't know why. I miss her. And oh, you couldn't hear it. Oh, darn. It was hilarious. So, but you can go back and I can give the link to it, because it was truly still the way I feel about, oh, poo. Where's my dog? And my dog. But anyways, so this was 10 years ago, and this still rings true to why I write the books. And I tell you all the time that it's you guys. So everybody's love Eddie. I cannot wait for it. Me too, Pam. You should put little painted ghosts on the sides of the book. I should. I wish I could. That's so expensive to do, and I would hate to have to give that price to the reader. Start reading your books. Not sure which series to start with. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Pam. You know what? I'll let you decide, or somebody in the chat can tell you what books you should start with. But we are so glad that you're here. Welcome. We try to come together every Tuesday to answer a reader question. I was doing it on Facebook as well, but they started to delete the lives there. So it's just easier to just do it here instead. Oh, she's saying the camper series. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Can't go wrong. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Thank you. No, Tonya with bangs. Oh, you did hear it. Okay, good. Oh, okay. I thought y'all couldn't hear it. But anyways, y'all say Rowena came in on the thing too and bit me. She has been feisty since I've been home, haven't you, baby girl? Huh? She's been so feisty. And she's like, where has my mama been? Anyways, I have got to tell y'all next week about how I almost killed my mama at Disney World. But we can say that for another time because I've had y'all here for 45 minutes. But literally, almost killed mama at Disney World and had to take her, was going to take her to the emergency room. So if you want to hear that story, come here next Tuesday. Actually, I'm going to be telling it in my newsletter on Sunday. So if you are not subscribed to my newsletter, you can click below here and see the link. If not, come back on Tuesday and I will not only that, but show you pictures of what happened at Epcot that we had to leave. So I love you all. Good night. And I'm going to leave you on that cliffhanger because poor mama. Poor mama. Literally. The trip ended, but we're all good. She's alive. She's at home and she's happy. I love you guys. And Pam, welcome. We're so glad you're here. And, let us know what book you pick. I hope you come back next week. See you later. Bye, y'all. Love you. And I'll see my Patreons at Patreon.